Story 1. Myself, 27 male, and my now ex-fiancé, 24 female, split up on the 30th after having just moved in together, and being 2 months from our wedding. Halfway through July, we moved in together. We never really fought, just some minor disagreements here and there, but they always got settled. Everything seemed to be going great. Well, around the time we got a place together, she had the bridal shower, and after that day, it was like a switch flipped. She wouldn't let me touch her, kiss her, cuddle, etc. This went on for a week. She would leave to go stay with her parents, because she worked out of town temporarily, and her folks lived closer to where she worked. She came down that following weekend and was even colder with me. This time, I finally brought attention to it. I asked her what was going on, and over text, she told me she was having second thoughts and felt like she was losing her independence and started pulling minor issues like what movies we watched on TV out of her back pocket in an attempt to argue with me. I told her we could push the wedding date out if she was getting cold feet and that I wouldn't be upset, but she insisted we wait 2 weeks. Now I've been cheated on before, and she was following the formula to it, but wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt while still standing my ground, so I said no. The wedding is being pushed out. I can't in good conscience move forward with you feeling this way. She would then come down almost to just try and pick a fight with me and then leave. But I wouldn't feed into it. She would talk in circles and contradict herself until on the 30th she gave me an ultimatum to do counseling or break up. I don't feel ultimatums are healthy, and I especially didn't feel like I deserved one. I felt like she was hiding something, but I didn't want to call her on it. She texted me later that night to talk about us, but I was so in shock that I just got cold and told her to keep the rings and take what she wanted out of the house. A week later, a buddy told me that a friend of his was bragging and flashing my picture around, saying he'd been seeing my fiancé for about a month, that she'd leave my place at night while I was at work and go see him. I confronted her about it and told her my heart was shattered. I told her what was in my house was staying, and that she wasn't welcome back before I blocked her. She got a hold of family members and swore up and down that they met on the 8th, as if being with someone 9 days after breaking an engagement was somehow better. She was and still is staying with him regularly and going on dates with him, driving an hour from her parents' place to see him. This guy just got out of a divorce and has been running around telling everyone that she's AS. I'm still in shock, and I'm very broken, so be gentle with me, please. I feel like a total loser. She never came over and actually tried to work through anything, never asked how I was, and when she was confronted, she was upset that her reputation would be damaged. I have reason to believe she was hiding a serious drinking problem from me as well. I do okay now. I feel like everything she portrayed herself as was a lie. She had this sweet, innocent girl persona, and I'm starting to think it was all an act. I feel like I kinda lost my purpose in a lot of ways, and I just on the whole feel like a burden and a crybaby for being so sad. I feel like this is all my fault somehow. Comment 1. Damn dog, tough times now, but you dodged a bullet. She's psycho. You and your bone gonna fine. Won't be long till you have a new place to hide your bone. Take care, dog. Comment 2. I would just be grateful that she showed you who she was before you married her. Comment 3. Sounds like you dodged a major bullet. Go and see and move on. You deserve better. Story 2. My girlfriend of 14 years, who I started a relationship with when I was 17, has admitted that she has been having an affair for the last month. She has been my entire world for my entire adult life, and my life before her was pretty miserable. I have invested everything into the relationship and have a house and a dog with her who is my world too. I know people might say I am not to blame, but I accept that I have been neglecting her this last year. My life was so close to being perfect that I neglected the one thing I thought would never go, her, whilst I worked hard on the house and other aspects of my life to achieve perfection, so it could all come back together again. She met this person through work, her senior, and has fallen in love with him, but she also still loves me, and I can see she is in a massive amount of pain as she is torn between us. She says he is never going to leave his family due to an autistic child who needs him. If we break up, my world collapses. We lose our house. I can't afford rent and wouldn't be able to keep the dogs. All my hobbies are reliant on the house. I love her still and want to spend time with her. I see this as a choice between letting my world collapse or allowing her to love both of us and continuing. I still see the person I love and still hold my life together. I don't want to exist without her, and I can't bring myself to cause her any pain, however much she has caused me. I understand that my distantness caused her to seek emotional attachment elsewhere, and people can't help who they fall in love with. I discovered she is self-harming as a result of feeling so trapped. I could see the look of hope in her eyes when I said maybe she could have us both. I want the world to swallow me up, but I want to know things will be okay. Thoughts, advice, welcome. Thanks all. Comment 1. She has no problem telling you this, so her mouth does actually work. If you were distant, she could have told you there was a problem. She is selfish. This has already become a physical affair. You let her know she cannot have you both. Read Not Just Friends, and if you want to work on your relationship, set boundaries. If you plan to stay, that's up to you. But let her know that since she has opened the relationship, you will never be faithful to her again. Those are the terms for her having both. Because at the end of the day, she only actually had you. He isn't leaving his wife, so you're her backup plan. Find someone else. Keep your house. Possibly move the other woman in. Let her live with the consequences of her actions. Comment 2. What's the plan when his wife finds out and now he is suddenly single? Will you take comfort from your hobbies while sitting at home when she is out with him? You don't say much about her, but the self-harm sounds insanely manipulative. Comment 3. If you don't leave, you are going to build resentment. She has you help paying the bills, and she gets her needs met by the other guy. The other guy wins too. The only way you come out of this is by leaving. She becomes the other woman and won't like he is there and not supporting her emotionally. She will eventually leave him. You divorce and move on.